So once we have talked about inheritance and then constructors, then we have talked about constructor overloading, and we also talked about super keyword, right? So now we'll talk about one of the amazing concept in Java called as method overriding. So what exactly it means? To define that, we have two classes here. We have class A and class B extends class A, right? So this is your superclass and that's your subclass, right? And I'm trying to create object of subclass. So as we know now that when you create object of subclass, it also gives you the constructor of superclass, right? What we'll do now is we'll create a method here which is public void show. In this show, I will simply print in B, and I will create the same method in class A also. And if I say class A in A, let me remove that. Let me remove this method here. From this main, let me call obj1.show. The moment I save, the moment I run this code, you can see we will be getting the output as in A. But in this class B, we don't have any method which is show, right? So this show is getting called from A. Now since in B we don't have that method, it is getting called from A. And we have seen that in the theory video, right? We can simply call obj1.show, which will call the method of class A. But let's say if I have that method here, if I have that method which is show inside B itself, if I run this code, you can see we got in B. So this method here, this method overrides the method of class A. Class B method overrides the method of class A, and that concept is called as method overriding. Okay, so what is method overriding exactly? Method overriding is child class method will override the parent class method, which is this show. Now let's say if I make a mistake here, let's say if I'm making a spelling mistake here, instead of show, let me say show1. Again, that was an intentional mistake, but let's say when you are typing a code and then by mistake you have written show1, but as soon as you say .show, it will call the method of A, right? We are trying to override. My intention of writing this method here is to override the existing method of class A. But the problem is we have made a spelling mistake here, and as soon as you say .show, it will call the show method of class A, right? We don't want that. So that's a bug, right? That's a logical bug. Compile time errors are much better than logical bugs. So what we can do is we can use an annotation here called as override. So by mentioning @override, which is an annotation in Java, you're saying that this method here overrides the method from class A. But hold on, we don't have any method called as show1 in class A. You can see in class A we have show, we don't have show1. So that means at compile time itself, you are getting to know that you have made a mistake here. So when you solve that issue, you can see now everything works good, and if you run this code, the expected output is in B. So the intention was to override the method of class A, and we have done that. But using @override gives you an advantage, which is instead of getting a logical error, you will get a compile time error if you make a mistake in overriding the method. That's your method overriding. So overriding a superclass method using a subclass method is called as method overriding. But let's say I want to call, I want to call this method of class A. I don't want to call the method, I want to call method of class B here, which is show, but I also want to call this method. So what you can do is, from here you can say super.show. Okay, but the moment you say super.show, so obj1.show will call this show, and this show will call the show method of class A. So if you see the output, we are getting both the output which is in A and in B. So we are getting in A because we are calling this method here from your method in B, which is super.show. So super is a keyword which we use to represent our superclass method. Again, you can also use super with a variable. So let's say if you have a variable here which is int I, and you also have a variable in class B which is int I. So we have a variable I here and I here. So when you say I, if you refer I equal to 8, you're talking about this I. So you can see it is, we are assigning the value I equal to 8, which is this value. If I want to assign the value to this I, again I can refer it with the help of super. So we can say super.I. So basically we use super to represent our parent class object. We don't need that now. It was just for an example. Let me remove that stuff and this point here. So that is your method overriding. In the next video, what we'll talk about the dynamic method dispatch, which is the powerful concept in Java next to overriding. So that's it.